Just kind of wait for things to come up for a second. How are y'all doing? Hopefully y'all are doing well. And you feel like making bows tonight? We have, I have a couple different bows planned. Actually, I have 3 bows planned. So, we're going to make a bow with our ribbon set first. Oh, there it goes. And then, we're going to make 2 different funky bows. I get this question a lot about what are funky bows and how do you make them and things like that. So we're going to do that. But I want to get you zoomed in and such so you can see what I'm doing. Alright. So our ribbon, we have this really cute little daisy. Then we have a green and white. And we have a yellow, green, pink, and white check. And yellow and white. Because I'm ready for spring already because I'm already sick of this like coldy, yucky stuff. Alright. And I'm wearing one of my new aprons. I like it. Okay. So, first thing I'm going to do is just start off doing a bow with our bow set. So, I'm going to start off by cutting a little dovetail. And y'all, I have to tell y'all, today is my dad's 89th birthday. Can you believe that? 89 years old. That man is 89 years old and still comes to work with me every day. I think that's amazing. Okay, so let's start with a 12-inch tail. Okay, I'm just gonna twist it right in the middle. Now you don't have to do this. You can do it in your hand and not twist it. But I really like to twist it because I was so excited about the snow. Yes, I was, but it just gets, we just mostly get rain here and just yuck. If we had snow, I would be all okay with keeping it. But no. Alright, so we're going to do another 6-inch. Okay, another 6. So I'm just putting it on, and when I get inside the bow maker, I'm going sideways and then twisting at the bottom. Let's do 3 loops of this. I just like spring colors. They just are so cheerful, right? Like winter colors are just not very exciting. And by the time Christmas is over, I'm over Christmas. And we always have to be making things ahead of time. So I get excited when we start in spring because then I get to see pretty colors again. I am blessed to still have them with me. Oh, well, I'm over it because that'll probably be the only snow we get for the entire year. If we were going to get more snow, I'd be all over it. But we won't. Hey, I was thrilled we got that little bit. Okay, so then we're going to bring in, isn't this so cute? I love this. It's really pretty. It's silky, but it's not like, you know, the kind of silky that's difficult to deal with. It's very stiff, so it's not like normal silky ribbon. It's almost like a silky canvas, which I super like. Okay. So we'll just do 2 loops of this. See, you can hear it crunching. I like that. Oh, and today we finished the floor on the studio. I'm so excited. I know Tori's excited. I know she's sick of doing it. Y'all, she has done an excellent job. So we started getting furniture ordered for over there. We'll start setting it up. I'm excited. And then we're going to have an open house, like a meet and greet. It'll be fun. So we got to get that scheduled next. So what we'll do is we're going to put this kind of in the middle. Then we'll put these two ribbons on top, and then we'll come back with one of these to kind of bring it back to the top. Oh, well, we've missed you too. Where you been? All right, so we're just going to do one loop of this. Isn't that pretty? I like this because it kind of pulls all the colors together. So we'll do 6 inches here, 6. Now remember, there's no rule that says you have to do so many of each ribbon, or that you only do 3, 2, 1 and then no more. There's no rules. There's no rules. Okay. I will be offering classes to the public. Yes, I will. So let's do like maybe 5.5 of this one. Okay. So what I can do, because I don't really want to move all that ribbon, is I can pull them up and see if they match. So you see how you can pull them up and make sure they match. Okay, so this is just going to be a regular ribbon, regular bow, and then we're going to do the funky bows. I am so excited. Okay, so we're going to do a little bit smaller tail, probably like 8 inches. And we're just going to do a small loop. So this is a really great way if your feature ribbon is more like a 2.5 inch and you don't want to get it buried in the bottom. Bring it back up to the top, and that just helps get it all the way to the top, and it just really makes it more cohesive, and it really looks nice. Isn't it pretty? I want to do a sign and ribbon set with this. I just haven't gotten around to it yet. I need to do that. I even have the perfect sign that we just listed. Has all these little flowers on it. Alright. So now we'll take our zip tie. I'm just going to run it underneath. Okay, and then just pull it up. Pull it out. When you're pulling it out, make sure you always reach from the bottom and pull it out. Then you can see we have this little indentation here. And all we're going to do is run that zip tie around. I always like to make sure my middle meets. You see how it likes to slide very easily? So be careful and make sure that it doesn't slide underneath, because then you're really going to struggle. You want to keep that up on top. The pegs. The pegs that are in this bow maker, I'm sure I could probably get Lee to send me a couple. Are you missing the pegs? Okay, so now we're just going to pull it really tight as we can get it. If you have trouble with your hands, there is a tool that you can get for zip ties. Okay. Now I'm just going to hold all 3 of these in the back while I fluff it out. So we call this breaking the bow. And all we're going to do is get it so it's not so stuck down in where we zip tied it. So just pull and twist, pull and twist. Okay, you see how this bow, this loop right here doesn't really want to be down at the bottom? I'm going to take this loop and pull it down to the bottom, and then let this one stay in the middle. So if you see a ribbon or a loop is starting to kind of fight with you, just move it where it wants to go, and you'll have a lot easier time. Sometimes they don't feel like being down at the bottom. So twist and pull all the way up to the top, always from the bottom to the top. It's like baking a cake, right? You have to make sure you get all your layers before you do the top. Okay. Yeah, there are emojis for being a member. Okay. And then we're going to run our hands under all the tails. See how cute it is when you put the ribbon back on the top? Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Now you can really see the ribbon that's down here because we brought it back up to the top. So anytime you want to bring it from the bottom, like if you really had a ribbon that you loved from the bottom and you hate that you're not seeing it, bring it back on top. It just really helps. Okay. Then we can clip off that zip tie. And we have a really pretty spring bow. Isn't that pretty? I love it. I just realized I didn't even pull up all the comments. Okay. Let's see. Now we're going to do some funky bows. And there are several ways to do funky bows. Okay? And here's the thing. Everybody calls bows different things. So if it's a little bit different than you saw somebody else do it, that's totally normal. We all have a tendency to call things by names that we like. Okay. But I've learned this a couple different places. Carolina Pottery and Julie Samako. Southern Charm Wreaths. So I've seen it at a few different places in a few different ways. So put little curls in there. So I'm going to show you the ways that I like to do it. So what I like to do, to me the funky bow is a bow that is pre-cut, right? So you're going to pre-cut it. I usually cut it either like 20 inches or 24 inches. So let's start with 20 inches. Oh, I'll let her know. I can get her to send me some. You might be able to get a dowel in the, like in Home Depot or something, but you might have to like really hammer it in. But I may even have some that are. Let's cut a couple 24 inch. I may have a couple. I'll look and see if I have any. Alright. So we did a 20. Let's do a 24. The 20 will be for one way. The 24 will be for a different way. So let's put the 24s together. This is really great to do if you have leftover ribbon. This is kind of a leftover ribbon bow, which is awesome, right? Because we always have leftover ribbon. So we got those. Let's do a 20 there and a 24. Okay. Okay, let's do the 20 inch first. And I can even show you different ways to do it, even with the different things that we're doing. Alright, so there's two ways to make a funky bow. You can have two tails with one loop. So this is one way. Okay, you just kind of bring your tails out. Or you can have one tail with one loop, like this. So it depends on whether you really like lots of tails or you don't. Yeah, scrappy bow, exactly. So different people call it different things. I prefer to only have one tail, but we're going to do it both ways. Okay. So you just put them in your hand like this. And what you're going to do is you're going to stack your ribbons in here. Okay. Just like this. Okay, and then if you want to put another set in, like I have a couple of pinks cut. So So let's grab a pink and put in here. All right. And you can put as many or as few as you like. Then all you have to do is put your zip tie around it. Okay. You just kind of, you know, pull them around. If you have two greens, then you want the greens to be opposite each other, not next to each other. And your tails, you really want your tails kind of going in opposite directions, like this. So one on this side, one on this side. This bow right here, this particular one, with the tails like it is really excellent for door hangers, because you can take it and you can staple your little loops down like this, and then it looks like a great bow that's kind of fluffed out on a round sign. So this one works really great for that. So that's what I like this one for. And then of course you can dovetail your little ends, and you can put as many or as few, and you can make your loops as big or as little as you want. So this is the first one. Okay. I do like to dovetail things. I just think it gives it a more finished, polished look. So I do tend to do that, either before I start it or after. And all you have to do to dovetail is fold it over, and you're always cutting towards the wire. That's what's going to prevent you from, you know, accidentally cutting it the wrong way. If you accidentally cut one the wrong way, let me show you what it looks like. So if you fold it over and you cut in this direction, you're going to get this. So you're going to get this little point, and it's just going to look weird. So always cut towards that wire, and then you'll never go wrong. You'll never end up with the weird looking point. I do better if I have, like, okay, this is the way I need to cut it. This is the way I need to do it. Then I can remember. If you were going to put this on a door hanger, what you would do is you would take your tails here, and you put them down, and then you come like underneath one of these, take that off, and you staple it right there to the sign. Do I have any of those in here? Wait, I do. Hold on. Hi, Billy. All right. So look here. We have a door hanger here. So if you wanted to attach this to the top, see how cute that looks at the top? Because it's not too big. It's just enough. It's just a little bit of color. So all you would do is take your staple gun and put a staple there and a staple there on either side, and then boom, you have a bow on your sign. See? Doesn't that come out cute? You can buy my bow maker at shop.hardworkingmom.com. Alright, let's look at the other way. Okay. So the other funky bow, or you could call it a scrappy bow. I have called it that in the past. This one, let's go ahead and dovetail. Alright. So you're going to pinch it at the top where you want your loop. Let's do a little bit bigger. Maybe like 5-inch. Okay. Here we go. Okay, 5-inch loop. Okay, you want at least a 1/2 inch to 1 inch at the bottom. Just like this. Okay. So all you're doing is attaching them here. So you got your loops. Now I'll just match up my loops to be the same size. Just like that. So the difference here is you have long tails, but you only have one. Now let me show you a different way to do this. I want to cut a couple more, because I think it helps a little bit if you have the colors so you can see. Okay. Let's get another pink. All right. So you can take your loops. This one goes up. This one goes down. Now look what you've done. You've just made a bow loop. You see? This one goes up. This one goes down. This is really great if you are struggling to make a bow. You don't have a bow maker, or you just want to use your I can't get that move. You will just want to use your scrap ribbon to make a bow. You can still do it even if they're cut. You see, it still makes a bow. It's a little bit bigger than I want. I think it makes it easier to see this if you have the same color kind of going. All right. So up and down. This is also a form of a funky bow. I don't know if it's one you've seen before. You can use, so it can get heavy in your hand. You can use a pipe cleaner or whatever you want to hold them together while you're working. Let's cut a couple of these. I don't know that I have ever showed you how to make a funky bow this particular way. Yeah, so if you wanted to do it, if you want to do it on your bow maker, you're going to do the same thing, okay? You're going to make your loop, place it down, just like that, okay? Make sure you have like an inch. Take the other side, same thing. Pinch, place it down. This works exactly the same way. Exactly. So you can make it in your bow maker or not. Either way it's going to work. So watch, we can take these out. As soon as I figure out which way I twisted. And we can place them right down in the bow maker. Ta-da! So see, it's exactly the same. I pulled that one out. Hold on. See? Just like that. The only difference is you're putting it in your bow maker instead of holding it in your hand. It's still going to work exactly the same. Yeah, so my hands will hurt after a while. You could even still make like a center loop. So if you were going to do a center loop, you would just do the one, right? And then you would have a center loop. This is just a different way of making the scrappy / funky bow. This is just great for when you have ribbon scraps. This is like a ribbon scrap bow. And I thought it was great because you always have ribbon scraps around, right? And your tails don't have to be this long. Your loops don't have to be this big. It just depends on what you want to do. The most important thing is to make sure that your that your tails are where you want them going. Like, do you want to have them at the top and the bottom? Do you want them just at the bottom? Make sure you have enough of the ribbon to make sure it's going to go across. Sorry, y'all, my allergies are just, ugh. See? And then you just fluff it out like normal. Now, this is more like a 4 or 5 ribbon bow, so I would kind of spread these out like this. Let's put this down here. Like that. Let's get our little tie in here. And let's move this down. There we go. Hard to do things when you don't have it real tight. Whoops. Alright, let me show you how to fix that. So I didn't have this in enough. So all you have to do is pinch it, go to where your pipe cleaner is, tie it in, and voila, problem fixed. That's why you want to make sure you have enough of that loop in there. And there you go. A different kind of funky bow. See? And of course I didn't dovetail all the ends. I just wanted to show you how you can use your scrap ribbon. Something must have come out because I shouldn't have that many. It's easy to fix. There we go. That's why it looked funky. Not funky in the funky bow, but funky. There. All right. See, that's fun, isn't it? This one is a little different because I kind of switched from doing it in my hand to the bow maker, but once you play around with it, you'll get it. And this is way longer than it should be. But it's cute. Awesome. Let's do the whole thing in the bow maker because this is just driving me crazy now. Hold on. There. Okay. Let's do it the right way. Alright, so take our loop, place it in, let's dovetail it. Take our loop. So this is 6 inches. So we need to have 6 inches on the other side. Okay, dovetail. Let's do this one. That's definitely not 6 inches. There we go. 6 inches. So all you have to remember to do is to switch it over so that you are getting a double loop, right? So one on one side, one on the other side. Okay, now we're going to come a little smaller. So that's like 5 inches. 5. Let's see. I think that one's bigger. There we go. Again. 5. A little bit smaller. There we go. This one. There we go. A little bit smaller. Okay. Don't worry about these ends. You can always cut them off if you need to. Now, let's do this right. We need a small little tail. Right there. Oh, that looks about right. now we put our zip tie under, get it started, pull it out. There's our indentation. Okay, much better. I don't like my bows to look kind of wonky. Can I zoom in some? You want me to show you how to put the little loops in? Okay. There we go. Now we got it. Now we can pull them and get them the way they need to look. Okay. Our tails. If this is too long, just trim it off. One of the great things about having this little center loop is it'll cover a lot of that. Okay. Much better. See, it just needed to be done all at one time. Okay. Okay, there we go. So I kind of spread it out like a 5-ribbon bow. So when I do a 5-ribbon bow, I tend to just kind of spread all the loops out so you can see them all. Alright, let me show you how I put it in there, since you were struggling to see. Alright, there we go. So now we got it. See, now it looks cute. It just needed an attitude adjustment. Okay. Did your mom ever tell you that? My mom used to tell me that when I was young. Do you need an attitude adjustment? Sometimes I needed an attitude adjustment. Alright, so we're just going to take our ribbon. You want it to be the same size. It doesn't have to be. If you want your tails to be different, that's okay. Alright, so what you're going to do is you're going to take it, set your loop size. So if you want, let's say you want a 6-inch loop. To get a 6-inch loop, you can either put it in the bow maker and pull it out to the 6, or you can go from the 12, well, you want an inch overlapping, so you go from an inch, see, to where the 12 is, then pull it, pinch it there, put it down in the bow maker, just like that. Same thing, so like an inch over to the 12, pull it down, pinch it, and right in it goes. There we go. So you can see they're both at 6 inches. See how easy that is? So, what did we do? We did 24 inches. 24. 24. So you need to do the same thing. Overlap a little. Pick up where the 12 is. Pinch. You want to make sure you're overlapping enough, so you want about a 1/2 inch kind of sticking out. Can you see? Right there. Yeah, came with a spanking, right? Yeah. Yeah. If my mom ever said my middle name, I knew I was in trouble. That was it. I was done. I was in trouble. There was no coming back. Yeah. You see how easy that is? Isn't that easy? So now you know what to do with your excess ribbon. Because we all have, like, you know, a little bit of ribbon on your roll, but you don't have enough to make like a whole bow. Or you don't have enough to do something else. So you can take your excess ribbon, and like you can see, you can use a whole bunch of different colors in together. You just want to make sure that they're colors that work together. Make one of those what? Yeah, no sitting for a week, right? See, I'm not the only one that got the middle name. Oh, yeah. Right there, just like that. See how easy that is? There's so many different ways to make a bow. It doesn't always require you to be you know, hugely complicated, and it's just not that difficult. You just have to find the way that works for you. So you just play around with it until you find the way that works for you. See? The biggest trick for me was starting to use those zip ties. So, there we go. I guarantee you that's probably something we'll be doing a lot of at the studio, is making bows. I feel like sometimes if you're struggling with bows, it's kind of one of those things where it's almost like you need somebody to hands-on help you. And then I feel like once your hands kind of get the sense of how to make a bow, then you really have it after that. It's like riding a bicycle. Once you get it, then you've got it. And you have it forever. So, all right. Tomorrow night, we're going to do the cherry wreath. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I've been waiting for this for a while. So this is what we're doing tomorrow. I'm pretty excited. If you haven't seen what it looks like, now hold it up close. Look how pretty that is. Oh, I love this. I love this so much. See, and it has the little ribbons that match it. See? I'm excited. So that's what we're doing tomorrow night. And I did do the St. Patrick's Day. I'll have that up tomorrow. So I got all 3 of the videos that got corrupted. I got them all redone. So those are all redone. And they will be up. It will be up tomorrow. The other 2 I've already gotten out. Oh, and I should tell you now. Next week I'm not here. But I will have videos for y'all to watch. I am going to my mastermind group in North Carolina. So I'll be gone for the week. But I'll have something for y'all to watch for sure. I won't leave you hanging. And we do have a new kit coming out. I don't know if it's going to come out. We're getting the ribbon in tomorrow, so it'll probably come out later in the week. Like towards the end of the week. So, yep. And we got aprons in. I'm excited. Well, I will miss y'all too. I'm telling you, it feels weird to me when I'm not like in my routine of going live, and it messes with my mind. I miss y'all when I'm not, you know, doing my thing. Can I do an all purple bow? Yeah. Yeah, we'll do an all purple bow. Absolutely. I can do that. We'll plan on the next bow. Next bow, Tuesday, we'll do all purple. And hey, it's not hard to talk me into purple stuff because it's my favorite color. So, yep. Alright, well I hope y'all have a wonderful night. I'm going to go and we're going to do my dad's cake. I got him an ice cream cake. He is the hugest ice cream fan ever. So I'm going to go home and do ice cream cake with Dad. So that'll be fun. Thank you. Well, I'll be here this week, so y'all will see me this week. And the next week I'll leave on Monday, and I'll come back on Friday. So, alright, y'all have a wonderful night, and I will see you guys tomorrow, 8 o'clock. And we'll do, yeah, the cherry sign will be available as soon as the month's over. So after we do the month's kit, then we list up the sign. Okay? Alright, bye y'all!